What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for coming here to Between the Lines. I'm hosting this week. As you know me, I am Roscoe, and the show would not be complete if I did not have my partner in crime, my AKA the other half of the Doodle Dudes. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
For me. Yeah.
how's it going?
Good, man. I'm doing great, man. How you doing today?
I'm good. I just got off vacation yesterday, and to be honest with you, I feel more worn out after coming home from vacation than I did before I left.
Oh, I hear you, man. Going on vacation, come back, and you feel like, oh man, I need another vacation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, this is great. So tonight, I'm very excited to have a very special guest tonight. You probably know him from he filled in for Lamer Frame, did an awesome job. He may replace Bearded in my eyes. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Don't be a bully.
But I know definitely everyone gets very jealous of this man's back wall. Makes grown men cry. So let me bring in the one and only Kenny from Caps on Comics. Kenny, thank you so much Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for coming today. And looks like we have people coming in now. Woof. Now, all right. Everyone's coming in. This is great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kenny, thank you again so much for coming, man. This is great. I'm so glad that you were able to make it. I know this may be a little bit hard for you, but we truly appreciate it. This is going to be such a fun show. So the first person to say anything here, oh man, look at this. Who is it? Oh, it's Kenny.
So that's my multiverse version.
Layla Shea Cosplay, thank you so much for coming today. Truly appreciate you shouting us out. Also on Instagram, you're awesome. Josh, thank you. NoelsFish81. Jeannie Beatty in the house as always. Austin, what's up, brother? Man, oh, dude, I still can't get over that. That's Something Is Killing the Turtles, man. I tell you, bro. Awesome, dude. Awesome artist. Check him out. My man, JC. Cambodian Streets. Dave, yes. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for coming by. Oh, there's this lady here. I think I know her. What's up, Ma?
I hope you do.
Fuzzy Dunlop, what's up, brother? Thank you so much for coming by. Truly appreciate all the support you have for me on there. Oh, Crazy Lady in the house. What's up? Thank you so much, everyone, for coming by. So tonight we are doing a little theme. We usually base our themes off of our guests. And if you do not know our guest here, Kenny from Caps on Comics, please go subscribe to him. His link is down below in the description. As well as my homeboy here, Cardboard Crazies. Go check him out. Subscribe to both of these gentlemen if you haven't already. But Kenny has definitely incorporated music as well as comic books into his YouTube channel. So tonight's theme is going to be musicians. So we thought, instead of music, actually Chris was saying, instead of music being very broad, musicians kind of made it a little more of a, easier thing to do. So I think it was better too, because I had such an awesome idea. So I'm very happy. But someone else come in? Anyone else come in here? Oh, Lou, Uncle Lou's in the house. What's up, Lou? But thank you everyone for stopping by. But again, Kenny's here. Kenny, thank you so much again. I appreciate you, brother. I hope you have a really good idea for tonight. And Chris, you got anything to say to the people here in the chat?
Yeah. Thank you guys for stopping by. This is our Monday night hangout, and it's always fun to see what people, or hear what people say and see what people draw. And I would like to say that if you're in the audience tonight and you'd like to draw along with us, please do. And by the end of the show, shoot me a message on Instagram, Cardboard Crazies Comics. Shoot me your picture, and we'll share that live while we're on the show. It's always fun to see what our at-home people draw. Last week, we did cosplay with Freaky Louie. And Layla Shea, I got to say, I was very impressed by her deep picture. and she may have meant it that way, she may not have, but it was what people on the internet see versus what is really happening. And I have to say I have a deep appreciation for that. So, yeah, draw along with us. Do the show. If you have questions, ask. They're always great. I know that our guests always love to hear our audience questions, so we'd love to hear that from you as well.
Sheena in the house. Thank you so much, Sheena, and my homeboy,
Hey, Sheena.
Jimmy. Everyone, thank you so much for coming by. Truly appreciate it. And yes, on what Chris said, that was an awesome piece. That was very cool, very creative. I have to say, I did like that one a lot. So yeah, with that being said, we're going to jump into the show here. Chris, do you want me to start, or do you want to start, brother? Do you got a question? Or, I mean, I know you always got questions, but you have one to start off, or do you want me to start off, brother?
I do. I do have a question, and I guess by default, since last week I gave you the start, I'll start off this week.
Good, brother.
So Kenny, being a music fan, I'm going to ask you a question that a lot of people ask of people that say they're music fans. Okay. I know you play guitar, but if you could pick 5 musical influences, your top 5, who would your top 5 musical influences be? Doesn't necessarily mean favorite, but top 5.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So, I grew up listening to a lot of Southern rock. Like my parents loved Leonard Skinner, ZZ Top, and even stuff like that, like Aerosmith. And even though like they're not Southern, but CCR, they have that Southern kind of sound. It's a little boogie woogie. So I grew up listening to that. As I got a little bit older, I got into my own stuff, and that was Metallica. So first off, I'd say Billy Gibbons. As a guitar player, Billy Gibbons definitely influenced me so much. Like, I love the way that Fender Stratocaster sounds with like all that gain. Like, it's like he has put a saddle on a pig, and it is squealing all over the place. As I got older, like I got in my own stuff, and Kirk Hammett was the first guitar player that I really started to like really wanting to emulate. And I've heard him say that when he dies, he wants a wah-wah pedal in his casket. So like I went through that phase too, you know. And Kim Thayil, Soundgarden, big influence. Oh, okay. And then when I got into college, like I found out about Jimi Hendrix, and then that's when the obsession really started. Like I just got really hardcore into Jimmy, and I learned to play like almost all of his stuff. I love Hendrix. He was I think he's like probably the best composer ever. You know, he may not have had the best voice, and he just wrote amazing songs. And his covers, man, even like All on the Watchtower. Like he took Dylan's song and turned that into a masterpiece, and it totally encapsulates the 60s. Like you think of the 60s and you think of All on the Watchtowers, you know? So just an amazing musician. That's 3. Who else after that? Let's see.
Louis, thank you for coming by.
What's up, Louis? Let's see. After that, wow, I don't know. I'm kind of blanking. There's so many bands like okay, Wayne Sweeney from Saliva. I love him. So when we started talking about like new metal, right? And in Saliva, they were just like this fun band with just tons of swagger. And when they come out in like 2000, like there's nobody like Wayne Sweeney. Like he's not only playing in Drop D, but like Saliva's first album had guitar solos all over the place. Oh man, I wish I would have thought about this a little bit more. I'm kind of blinking. But like, I mean, so I grew up listening to Tool and Godsmack and Dimebag. Okay. Oh my God, yeah. So let's put Dimebag because he's amazing. But I was never able to play like that. So I would say Billy Gibbons. We'll go with Hendrix because he was really big. Kirk Hammett. We'll say Dimebag and Wayne Sweeney. So kind of a hodgepodge of different genres right there.
Absolutely.
I like it. Yeah,
Prince.
It.
Prince is another guitar player that I love, right? I mean, such a showman, and he could just throw down.
Oh, yeah. There's a funny. It's funny. One time, Steve Harvey was saying that he went to go see Prince, and he was like, "Man, this guy's killing it." And then he turns around and he's wearing assless pants. And then he went,
Yeah.
"Whoa, what the hell just happened?" Like, like it's like he was so badass. Like he's just a amazing musician. And then all of a sudden he turns around and then his ass is hanging out. And then it was just so funny.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, here we go. Bearded saying, Bearded in the house, everyone, saying, "Hey, Kenny, no ketchup stained shirt. What happened there?" I told him to wear both. I said put them both on.
So, like, I was just being crazy because, like, so I'm a stay-at-home dad and a student, but, like, my main focus is being a stay-at-home dad. And so, as a father of 3 kids, like, I wear a lot of dark shirts on YouTube because I've shot a lot of videos at once. So just with a black shirt, they all look the same, But then I decided, like, when I was going to be on air, like when doing live streams, I wanted to wear a band shirt. But during the day, it's all about white shirts because they can be Clorox so well. And like my 1-year-old, she has this amazing way of letting me know that when she's all done eating, she starts slinging stuff all over the place like the Tasmanian devil. And like the carpet on the floor around where she eats looks like a crime scene. Like it's bad. So throughout the day, like today was a 3-shirt day because like I get thrown ketchup on me. It's like, and I got to go to the post office. I'm not wearing a shirt with a ketchup stain to the post office. And then the next thing you know, it's some other mystery thing, like in this case, barbecue sauce from another kid. We just so happen to have chicken nuggets for lunch. So it's like, I feel like a Jackson Pollock painting. And, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, that's great. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I was wondering because I was like, oh, wait, he has a different. I didn't even ask you backstage. I didn't think I was like, wait a second. YouTube. Oh, here we go. What's this guy saying now? YouTube creator CEO Roscoe also wears the same type of pants every stream he's on. How does he know? Wait a second, this is weird. How does he know this?
You didn't know? We all know that, Roscoe.
Man, y'all know that I wear the same. I love these shorts, though, man. I love these. All right, Kenny, I'm gonna go into the net. I'm gonna play on with the whole music here because I have other questions for you. But if the people don't know. Besides a snow shovel guitar, which please everyone better go check out that video where he makes a snow shovel guitar. Man, that's so hard to say. Snow shovel guitar. Go check that out. It's freaking awesome. But what other instruments do you play, brother?
So I learned how to play at an age where like the music was everywhere as a kid, and it was in our church. I went to a church that had a full band. And, they needed people every now and then to fill in different slots. So I learned how to play a bass. I wanted a drum set, but my parents wouldn't get me a drum set. They were just like, no, it's too much money. And you have a tendency to like not stick with things. So they got me a guitar. Guitar was a whole lot cheaper. And I really took to that. And so I learned how to play bass, which is pretty similar. The piano is very similar to a guitar. It's just basically you just take the neck of the guitar and just lay it out, And so like, and I went through this phase. There was this movie like Forgetting Sarah Marshall where, like he wants to go to Hawaii. And I was like, man, I want to go to Hawaii. I still haven't been to Hawaii, but I bought a ukulele. So I taught myself how to play the ukulele. I've been in all kinds of bands. At one point I was in a bluegrass band and I used to play an upright bass for that. And I can play the banjo, the mandolin. So,
mandolin.
A lot of
That's
stuff.
Dope.
Only thing is, I'm not very good at any of them, though.
How about, do you guys see this? I know you touched my drumstick. I don't know if you guys ever see Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Yes,
He puts his nuts on the drum.
John Bottom says I'm playing Moby Dick for real now.
Yes. We got Fable in the house. Fable, Station.
Hey, what's
brother.
up,
Thank
Fable?
you.
What's up, man?
As Nick would say, his favorite 1,348-year-old man. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it. Oh, here he goes. I play the kazoo like an animal. Oh, all right. All right, cool, brother. Mandolin, that's dope, bro. That's really cool. That's always cool. You know who plays a really mean mandolin is Paul, man.
Really?
Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney plays mandolin. His newest album, or second to newest album, or the one before, he has a couple songs where he plays a mandolin.
I thought you were going to say Tiny Tim.
Who?
Tiptoe to the Tulips.
Yeah, Tiny Tim.
Oh. I was no.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to say that because that sounds douchey. A lot of great musicians can play multiple instruments because they all have very similar musical patterns. But when you have that kind of musician, they have a tendency to not really be good at one. They can kind of like get by on all. Like, I don't consider myself a good guitar player because like there are so many guitarists that I can't play like. Like, I've never been able to play like Van Halen. Like, I can play Running with the Devil. That's an easy solo. But like Hot for Teacher, I mean, no way, you know? And like, so I have a video of me playing the Crazy Train solo, but if you were a guitar player, you would know that I am butchering that solo. That is like taking a calf and just murdering it in front of a group of people.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, that was pretty graphic. No,
Yeah.
that's how I guess you guys feel. Wow. See, I'm glad I don't play the guitar. It's a good thing. No. I dabble on the piano a little bit, but you know, I'm kind of like where Fable's at. You know, Fable makes beats and stuff.
Yeah.
I've done that with a couple of my buddies and stuff, and that's been fun. That was really cool. So, but I'm just trying to see. I know the fact that Caps comes on for. Oh, here we go. DJ Lynx is in the building. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, DJ?
Much. Thank you for coming by, bro.
Won't stop, can't stop. Right? That's his latest post on Instagram.
Oh, jeez. He's got so many sayings, man. I tell you, DJ Lynx has. But they're all great, though. I love, Spread Love because it's the Brooklyn way. I love that. That's a good one. But, Chris, you have your next question, good sir.
I do. So let's get away from music for a second because I don't want to make this all about music.
Sure, yeah.
But tell our audience who may not be familiar with you about your name, how you came up with Caps on Comics.
All right. Well, I like comic books, thus the comics. And my name is Kenny Caps. So it's my last name on comics. I did it really fast. And if I would have thought about it, I realized that because like I can't abbreviate it because COC is not very appropriate. So I wish I would have put some thought into it. But it is just simply my last name talking about comic books.
Perfect.
Yeah. And what's funny is like, so I'm not a corrector. I don't want to be that guy. But I have been called everything. Cap. That's the most I get called is just like the singular version of it, which is fine. You know, my dad has an expression, call me anything, just don't call me late for supper.
Yep.
So, yeah. I don't care. You call me whatever you want to. But yeah, that's so Kenneth Caps, that's the name.
All right, perfect. I got one for you, brother. So,
okay.
I know that a lot of your books behind you, or I should say most all of your books behind you, are Silver Age. Except for what? You have one Modern Age book on your wall?
No, they're not all Silver Age. I have a bunch of Golden Age.
Oh, okay. Well, I've seen some of your Golden Age, like your war ones on when you showed your wall. But I saw a lot. You had a lot of silver, like first appearance Silver Age, is what I'm saying. You know, like
the majority of the collection, I'd say probably 75-80% are first appearance silver, and it all started as like I'm just deep down a movie nerd who likes art, and I just love the MCU so much, and the MCU is what brought me out of the Dark Ages and back into collecting. That's right, Mr. Caps Finesse. Thank you, Janet. So what's crazy is like, so, you know, I wanted these comic books, and I think there's a misconception that I'm rich, because I am not rich. I am definitely not. The first and foremost thing is that I have a very supportive wife, and she understands, because no one could build a collection like this without a supportive wife. So that's
for sure.
key. The second thing is I have been very fortunate. Most of these comic books have been bought on auction. Like, I have a list of stuff that I want, and I wait for them, like a panther in the night waiting for a wounded animal. And so, like, I just sit and wait, and when one comes my way, I bid on it. And I have been fortunate. A lot of times, like, it's just a really good time to buy. Now, that it's taken me a long time. Like, I've been working on this collection for years. I'm not a specker. I get accused of being a specker a lot because they're slabbed, and there's a very strong community that feels very strongly about slab comic books. So, like, I just had this wish list, and I went after it, and I've been lucky that I was able to get a lot of these. I do have, like, a few modern books, like, up until recently, my most recent, like, modern book was, like, the first appearance. Well, it's not the first appearance of War Machine. Yeah, it's not the first appearance of Rhodey. It's Iron Man 282.
Iron Man in War Machine's costume, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's his first full appearance as War Machine. It's just like a cameo in 281 on the back cover. So it's like the Hulk 180 of War Machine. But because my kids, they're not into comic books yet, but they're definitely into the mythology, and they love the characters. So they're both big Spider derivative fans. Like, my son loves Miles Morales, so I got an Ultimate Fallout 4 for him. It's actually at CGC right now. I'm getting it slabbed. I didn't think I was, but I decided to, because, like, he's just so destructive. I want him to be able to touch it. I don't want to, like, keep it in a museum, so, like, at least with the slab, I mean, unless he drops it from the roof, which is possible, it won't get destroyed. And my daughter is a big fan of Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen. So I got that one, Into the Spider-Verse, like, number 2 or whatever. So those are my newest books.
Oh, those are great 2 books to have, that's for sure. Holy mackerel. Yeah, that's awesome, though. Yeah, I have a UF4, but it's a second print. It's the variant.
Okay.
Where it's just the headshot. I got that for, like, next to nothing, and I passed on a UF4, man, like, for next, like $50 for, like, a 9.8 when it was just, nothing. And I was like, I don't think I want to spend that. What is wrong with me?
I know, like, that's the thing. Like, I remember thinking that too. It's like, I'm not paying $50 for a new book, and I think I wound up paying like $500 for that Ultimate Fallout 4, and it's the last comic book I bought, because, like, that was at the point, like, it's either like I can pay way too much money for this book, or I can sit and watch it, like, continue to go up with no necessary guarantee that the price is coming down anytime soon, and it's for my kid, and so. But it's the last comic book I bought, and that was in, like, March. I haven't bought a new comic book in forever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the market is just too nuts right now.
Oof, tell me about it.
So I've been focusing, like, on toys. I rebought my He-Man collection. Well, it's not like, I mean, when I was a kid, I had all these He-Man toys. And so I decided to go after that. And, like, besides, like, He-Man or Skeletor, they're all relatively cheap. Like, all the other ancillary characters are like $15 to $20. So, yeah, that's what I've been working on. And it's been fun. It's like last weekend, me and my son and daughter, we played He-Man. And so we played, and my daughter's playing with Tila and Evil Lynn. And she's like, are there any more girl characters? I'm like, well, He-Man has a sister named She-Ra. She's like, I want them. So I started buying those up for her.
Okay. That's awesome. You pretty much knocked out 2 of my questions here too.
That's what I'm here for.
Because I was gonna say, are you reading anything currently, like any current books, like new comic book day books that come out?
No, and I get crapped on for this a good bit too. Like, I'm just so busy right now. I have a growing list of comic books that I am going to read one of these days. I swear. And Travis, when I can sit down and read a comic book, the first one's going to be a recommendation from Travis, and it's Decorum. Like that's the first one I
okay.
want to read.
I thought you were going to say what's it, Beast Wars? I thought,
Chat about $1.
Yeah. What's up, Real Rude? Thank you so much for coming by. And again, Travis, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. Freaky says, Kenny, that new cartoon featured of all of the toys. That new I'm guessing the He-Man cartoon.
You talking about yeah. Oh my God, that's another hot topic right there, right? You love it or you hate it. I haven't seen any middle ground with the new He-Man cartoon.
I loved it. I just binge watched it all last night.
Were you a collector, or did you play with He-Man toys when you were a kid?
Did I play with He-Man toys when I was absolutely?
All right. Yeah, so I was born in 80, right? I was like 3 and 4 when they were coming around. And I was obsessed with them.
Now, I was born in 83, but I can tell you the first, this is going to seem very petty, but the first Christmas I ever remember getting let down was I had asked for a Castle Grayskull for Christmas, the Castle Grayskull playset, but I ended up getting Skeletor's Lair.
Yeah, Snake Mountain.
Yeah, and I was not a fan of it, and I just remembered I was like, Santa Claus shot at me, but yeah, I absolutely loved the He-Man toys, and I think the reason I liked them so much is because they were very gimmicky. Like you had Skunkor, who like smelled to high heavens.
He was rotten, like he smelled so bad.
But my favorite one that I ever got was Moss Man because he had that mossy feeling. I loved that figure.
Yeah, so I mean that was a great toy line. I won't keep going on about the cartoon. It's just, yeah, I know. I have friends on YouTube that I don't want that friendship to end over a damn cartoon. You know?
Oh, I hear you. I haven't.
At
I haven't
least wait
watched
for
it
me
yet.
to say something embarrassing while I'm drunk. Okay, I don't want it to be over a cartoon.
Yeah, right. What happened to your friendship? Man, I don't want to talk about it. You sure?
Right.
It has to do with cartoons, okay? That's it. That's all I'm going to know.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. And then they're like, oh, okay, gotcha. Man, how's your pieces coming out, by the way?
It's okay.
Did you say how is my pizza coming out?
Yeah,
yeah,
my
I
crust
wish.
is burnt.
Yeah, I left it in too long. No, I'm not doing color tonight, so I went with something a little bit different, a little bit out of my comfort zone. But I'm happy with the way it's looking.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I'm
doing
a strictly monochromatic kind of guy.
That is not me generally, but tonight I was like, yeah, I want to try to do something that I don't normally do. So.
Okay. Interesting.
Is it my turn to ask a question?
Yes, indeed, good sir.
Okay. So, sticking with the theme of comics, since we're still talking about them,
Yeah,
do you have grails that you are currently after, and what are they?
Oh yeah, buddy. There's always a grill, right?
Yeah.
You know, I have spent a lot of thought thinking about liquidating this whole collection and trying to get some like golden keys, because unless I win the lottery, they are unattainable. I don't see me ever getting an Action Comics #1. I don't see myself getting a first appearance of Batman, Green Lantern, Hawkman. You know, I just don't see that happening. Even in Captain America, like, God, I remember when I first got into collecting, like, first appearances of Captain America were selling like $15,000 to $20,000. And now they're going anywhere from like $50,000 to $75,000. And it's nuts. And The only way I could get something like that is like I would have to completely liquidate this collection, and then it would be a lottery in itself trying to find something that I could afford. And then, I just don't know if it would be worth it.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, if I could, like, let's say I was a millionaire, I would go after Captain America #1 because he's always been one of my favorite characters. I just love that cover. It's amazing. Like, it's so ballsy, especially like historically. Like, we were not in the war. Like, that cover is like 6 months before Pearl Harbor.
Wow.
And like at that point, like. You can see documentaries where like these Jewish artists and writers talk about how Hitler was there and we had this greater sense of urgency. But honestly, the fact is like no one really knew how bad things were at the time when that comic book was produced. Like concentration camps were not revealed until later. And so like, I mean, yes, it was bad. He had invaded Poland and, people were dying. We had Jewish people who were trying to come to the U.S. The U.S. was not letting them in. There's just a whole lot of stuff there. There were even Nazis in New York City at that point. And like, I don't know if you ever heard this, but like Mayor LaGuardia actually stepped in and like hired security for Simon and Kirby to keep them from getting attacked by Nazis. It's nuts. So, I mean, it's just a powerful cover, literally and figuratively. So if I could afford it, that would be the Grill.
That's awesome. I like the history fact there. Thanks a lot for that, Kenny. I had no idea, man. That's dope. That is super cool. I like that. Oh, I'm not paying attention to chat. I'm drawing here.
Shame on you.
Sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. I forgot it's a drawing show. No, I'm just kidding. Yes. That's okay. I think everyone's talking to each other in the chat. I think everyone's just having a good old time in the chat right now. So, but original Skeletor voiced Mossman. Jason Mewes played what? Stinkor. That's funny.
Oh, that totally makes
hilarious.
Sense. Of course, Kevin Smith's going to get his cronies in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like Cringer.
Okay, cool. We're with comic books still, or are we with music? I'm going to music. I'm going back to music. Here we go. Favorite live concert performance?
Ooh.
That's a tough one. That's nuts.
You can. If you have a couple, you can name a couple. I'm not gonna say. I don't want you to pinpoint like one. But I mean, if you have a couple that you're like, oh man, I can't believe I saw so and so, or this person was my all-time favorite, or you know what I mean.
Man. I think the first really awesome show I ever saw, where like I just had so much fun. It's like, holy smokes, that was nuts. Alan Jackson, '96. It's all country, right? But as a guitar player, like his guitar players are amazing. Country guitarists have this technique. It's called chicken picking, and it's when you roll your hands like this, and so you can like. There are some country musicians that are so blazing fast. They would put like death metal guitars to shame. It's no joke. If you want to know, there's an Alan Jackson song called I'm Married to a Waitress and I Don't Even Know Her Name. And there's this amazing guitar solo on there. It will just blow your mind. So like that was fun. I got to see Metallica in like 2000. And this was like a show I'll never forget. Lars comes out and he's like, James is sick. He's hurt his back. So we're not going to cancel the show. And like Kid Rock was there and Korn. And so they took different turns playing the Metallica songs with like Kid Rock would sing a Metallica song and Jonathan Davis would help. And Monkey came out there and played some. It was an amazing show. It wasn't until like 10 years it was like 10 years later that we find out that it was one of the first times that he had overdosed on like, I think it was like heroin or something. I don't know the drug. James Hetfield overdosed. But what happened was they put out vouchers for the show. And as long as you had the ticket, you could come back and you could see the show again for free. And this was in Atlanta. So it was a 4-hour drive. And that's a long ways to drive for a show. It was
Yeah.
worth it. We went back to see him again. This band Corrosion of Conformity opened up for him. It was a great show. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. I've seen cool band. Like one of my favorite bands is Cold. I've seen them in Baltimore. They put on an amazing show. I've seen Saliva a bunch.
I love the song "Stupid Girl" that Cold does.
Yeah, it's a classic, right? I'm trying to think of another really good show that I call like. Unfortunately, I've seen a lot and I don't remember a lot. You know, that kind of comes with the territory. Like I've been when I lived in Miami, so I was stationed in Miami at Southcom for a couple of years, and Ozfest came through. Ozzy wasn't there. System of a Down closed for him. That was a great show, and then they went on like a 5-year hiatus. Family Values Tour were there, and that was right after Head quit, so they were just down to like 4 members, and we're talking about like all-day festivals. So you're looking at 20, 30 bands. I saw Dave Matthews there 2 nights in a row, and Dave Matthews, he puts on a fantastic show. So like, and that's just it. Like, I love all kinds of music. Like, I will listen pretty much to a water faucet dripping. You know, if there's like a nice melody.
That's awesome. I love Dave Matthews. That's one of my favorites of all time. I try to see him almost every single year here in Florida. Just because, I mean, I love the experience, though. It's a light show. It's, there's so much going on. I absolutely love it. The atmosphere is great.
Yeah. He's such a good guitar player.
Woo, yeah.
What's your favorite Dave Matthews song?
Oh man, that's got to be one of the hardest questions in the history of my life. You know what song I really love though is "So Damn Lucky."
Yeah.
That's a really good one. I mean, Nick asked me which one. Nick from Nick Kicks and Comics had asked me what's my favorite song they perform. I have no idea, man. That's tough, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
But Some Devil is a great song. I love Some Devil. But I mean, I'm just a big Dave fan, so there's a lot of stuff.
I always like Two Step. Two Step was always one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, Two Step's a great song. I saw Metallica around the same time, Kenny. Dave said.
Oh yeah. Cool.
I've only seen shitty underground punk rock shows. Oh, okay, great.
I love punk. I do.
Just don't get hit in the face or something.
Yeah, I'm a big Ramones fan.
Are you in the mosh pit, bro? Kenny, do you jump in the mosh pit and stuff like for those shows? And like, Chris, you do? Oh man, Chris,
no.
knock people out.
I've never been in a mosh pit. In fact, like I'm like the best thing about COVID is like the 6-foot distance policy. Like, I don't want you getting in my Invisa square. Don't get next to me. For one thing, like, I do not like people close to me. And if I'm in a line and somebody gets too close to me, I will push them out of the way. I don't like people touching me. I don't like people near me. And so, like, the thought of someone sweating on me, like, the closest I got to that was, like, I watched Black Label Society. I'm a big Zakk Wylde fan. And I just wanted to get close enough to see Zakk Wylde sweat. And he used to play for Ozzy. Like, I don't know if everyone knows who Zakk Wylde is. But all of a sudden, like, it got pretty crazy. And I was like, I got to get out of here. I'm going to get touched. I just don't like all that. So I most shows, I sit up pretty high and away.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess now we know Chris brings a big left hook in the mosh pit now.
Look, we coming from somebody that played in bands, metal bands. It was always fun after you finished a concert and you're like beat to death. You're tired, just to go out and get in the mosh pit and see people's reaction. I remember opening for As I Lay Dying, and we
no
were
way.
Yeah,
I know that, man.
Yeah,
we were awesome.
We were beat to death after we finished the gig, and I was like, dude, I'm so fanboying right now. I'm gonna go out and get in the mosh pit. Well, just so happens, this was about the same time that doing the Wall of Death was getting big,
my God.
And so they called for it. And I was like, oh, heck, I'm in the middle of the freaking mosh pit. I'm going to get caught up in this. I'm going to get mad because I'm tired. I'm ready to go, but I'm having such a fun time. Well, it turned out this guy in the middle of the mosh pit, he was being a little bit rough, and he knocked the girl down and then stepped on her face. And and if you're ever in the mosh pit, that the mosh pit has kind of a code of ethics that you go by.
Yeah, absolutely.
If somebody falls, you help them back up. You go back to what you were doing. But so this guy steps on her. Her face is all bloody. Doesn't help her up, and he pissed a few people off. And I remember watching him get drugged in the middle of the mosh pit. I mean, completely beat down to a bloody pulp just because he didn't stop to help a girl up. And I'm going, yeah, I think I'm getting a little too old for this. So I'll still get in one, but I'm not going to get in those super hardcore ones where people are throwing fists and, it's just not my cup of tea anymore. Being a dad, I don't want to come home bloody nose, black eye, and my daughter go, "Hey, where did you get that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's in a mosh pit."
Yeah.
Oh, Daddy was in a mosh pit.
But aren't we so much cooler than our parents were, though? Like,
I don't know. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, my parents are pretty rad. I think like growing up, it was me and my mom. I think everybody wanted to hang out more with my mom than me. So no, no, but I shouldn't say that. It's only because of her. She baked really good stuff. No. Yeah, what were you gonna say, Chris? I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, brother.
What was I gonna say?
Dying is awesome. About parents, you're gonna say your parents. Are your parents cool?
I mean,
than you?
I think my dad is a lot cooler than me. Now, I got to give it to him for, my dad he's military, but he has this really cool side to him. And he was in the Air Force.
Okay.
But he evened out a lot when I was just getting into my teen years and kind of came out of his shell. And I admire him. A lot of my musical taste comes from my dad, bands that I listen to and bands that I grew up with. Because if it were up to my mom, I probably would have listened to nothing but country or Southern gospel music.
Yeah.
Growing up in the Bible Belt, but my dad was.
What
really
state
cool.
are you from, Chris?
North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Alabama here.
Okay, yeah.
God, the satanic panic of the 80s, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't listen to anything. Everybody was a devil worshiper. AC/DC, Antichrist Superstar. Kiss, Kids in Satanic Service. Blue Oyster Cult. Oh my God, it's a pentagram. Like it's a broken cross upside down. Like everything was all devil worship music. And God, Ozzy, he was banned from Alabama because of some shenanigans in Birmingham. So like, yeah, even Guns N' Roses. I couldn't listen to them when I was a kid because they were devil worshippers. I mean, that's what my parents thought.
That's funny. It's on you, Christopher.
Is it? Wow, I just looked at the time. I cannot believe we've already been doing this for almost 45 minutes.
I'm afraid I'm not going to finish.
That's okay.
We're used to people saying that, and then like 2 minutes before we're done, they're like, "Okay, I'm done."
That's true. Very true.
It's like the reverse of lame refrain. But so let's see. I had one, and saying what I just said made me lose my train of thought.
Sorry, buddy.
Roscoe, do you want to ask him another one while I try to remember what it was I was going to ask?
No doubt, brother. Definitely. Hey, bro, what's the coolest venue that you've been to? Like,
Okay.
It doesn't have to be the best show, but what is the coolest like venue? Like,
Yeah.
Like,
This is
like
an awesome question. Good job, Roscoe. My favorite venue, like if I can have the dream experience, my favorite band, like it would be like, I don't know, Primus or Cold or God, even if you could resurrect the dead, I'd have Zombie Nirvana. But like the best venue oh God, I'd even like to see the Foo Fighters there. Is called the Biltmore in Alexandria, Virginia, and it's just this really intimate set, right? I mean, so they have an outer building where like you can get drinks and stuff before the show, but once the show starts, like there's a stage. It's maybe like 20 foot. There are no rails. There are no like barriers, and you're required to sit. You order and you can eat while you watch. Like I've seen the Fabulous Thunderbirds there. I've seen Little Richie there. God rest his soul. I saw
That's awesome.
Average White Band there. Yeah, I don't know if you know them. That's like.
Oh, did it? Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Marty McBride. Like I listened to everything. But it's my favorite venue. I love it, and that's heaven. Like when God says, "All right, Kenny, you have been awesome." What band do you want to see, and where do you want to see it? I'm like, well,
Here you go, good sir.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool. You know, it's funny. When you said that it's called the Biltmore,
yeah, the Biltmore.
that sounds so familiar to me. Like I've heard of the place. Is it? I'm guessing it's pretty famous, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it like back in its day, it had its heyday, but now it's in a really bad part of town. But it's like, screw it, man. I'll get stabbed. I'll go listen to a band there. I don't care.
I'll
Like,
get stabbed. As long as I can see him, stab me after the show. I don't care. That's great. Cool, man.
So, what's your favorite venue, Roscoe?
Mine?
What? Yeah.
To be honest with you, I love because I've been going to it for the longest time. But it's the one in West Palm Beach. It's just so open. But it's changed names so many freaking times. It was like Cruzan Amphitheater. Now it's like it changes like every rum name. It's like a new rum comes out. We're gonna name it this place now. But I love it there. It's just open and just like you can see like this like the sunset behind the stage too. So I love being on the grass, and then usually people sneak in those those like lamps. For example, y'all see Tangled? I know you both have. You have kids. Tangled, right?
Yeah.
The Disney movie. Okay.
Mhm.
You know the little lamps that they what? You haven't seen? Come on, Chris. Tangled with the little chameleon.
You see that?
Come on.
I tell
I'm
my
not-
you see that tattoo? I
There you
tell my
go.
daughter I'm a member of Rapunzel's family guard.
Yes.
She still believes that.
Yes, I love it. Well, they're like those little lamps that go flying up in the sky,
Yeah.
and she always does. Okay, so people bring those to the show and light those, and they go off in the sky. Let me tell you, it's pretty rad, dude.
So if you live in West Palm Beach, that amphitheater I saw Family Values Tour and Ozfest. It's got and Dave Matthews. It's got to be the same
Yep.
amphitheater.
Yep,
'Cause
exactly, same one. Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, so
Small world.
yeah, so yeah, I mean, I've been doing it so many times. I think that's just my favorite. It's just got kind of a connection with me. But we got Nick the Comic Nerd. I don't know if I said what's up to him. What's up, brother?
What's
Thank
up,
you
Nick?
so much. And yeah, so I mean, I have to say that's my place right now. What about you, Chris?
My favorite venue that I've ever been to was Mr. Small's Theater in Pittsburgh.
Mr. Smalls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Me neither.
It's a pretty nice venue. It used to be a church, but they actually took it and renovated it and made it into this big concert hall. But it still has all the stained glass windows when it was a church. And
Oh my gosh.
it's really cool. It's very tight. But the one concert I went to there were probably 1,500 people on ground level, and it was shoulder to shoulder. But it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
That's got to be cool with the stained glass windows and stuff, bro. That's got to be so dope.
Yeah, it was a great it was a great venue.
I believe it. That's awesome, bro.
Okay, so I'm steering away from music. I'm steering away from comics for a second. I know that a lot of people.
you.
Yeah, I know. I know that a lot of people don't have a lot of time to watch television shows or movies, but what is your favorite movie and favorite television show.
I'm gonna go old school with television, and that would be Seinfeld, because I just
Okay.
love that show so much, and I love
I
talking
was in
about
the
that show with New
pool.
Yorkers, because like New York people who live in New York City hate Seinfeld. Favorite movie all time, I have to go with Jaws.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That's what's up.
Excellent choices.
Yeah, Jaws is amazing. It's got everything. Like, it's got suspense, it's got humor, and Quinn is just the best. Like, I know for like 10 years, I thought it was hilarious that when people would want to do a toast, I'd be like, here's to swimming with bow-legged women. And I mean, that was amazing, right?
That's great. Excellent.
See, I like asking those short answer questions, the ones that you don't have to really sit and think about a lot.
Yeah, and I'm the opposite. I make you think about your whole life before you answer. No, just kidding. Let's see here, brother. I got a fun question, dude. In the comic book universe, doesn't matter DC, Marvel, Indie, doesn't matter who do you think would be the best rocker?
Probably, I don't know, like, all right, I was going to answer fast. I need to think about that. Like, I think of, what was that, DJ? Where was that at? I just saw that.
He said New York people hate Seinfeld. News to me. I was like, yeah, I love Seinfeld.
Yeah, okay, so when I was in the Army, there was this guy, McDermott. He used to call me Capicola, and I had no idea what the hell that meant. And it's a ham, and I'm like, I don't know what a ham is. Alabama, like, we have ham. We didn't even have Black Forest ham. It was just ham. But yeah, so he's like, everybody in New York. And so I'm taking his opinion at face value. And again, God, this is like 15 years ago. So who knows how much it's changed since then. I forgot what you asked, Roscoe. What was your question?
I was just saying, who do you think would in comic books, who would be the best rocker?
Okay. So I think Guy Gardner's got a lot of swagger. Like I don't know, maybe he'd be a good front man. Lobo, I think, would be an excellent drummer.
Oh, yeah.
I get to see him like.
I love that.
Superman has a tendency to be boring, so I think he'd be a good bassist. Did I say something wrong?
If Superman's in the band, I'm not going to be at that concert.
Okay, I'll pull him. I'll Dave Mustaine him. Yeah, that's a tough question.
That's just it's just a popular opinion, or what do you think?
Yeah.
I think Lobo is a really cool answer though. I didn't even think of Lobo. Lobo would be dope though. I think I could see him be like joining Kiss. That would be a perfect like mashup,
Yeah.
like Lobo as like Kiss. I think that'd be pretty funny.
That's a tough question. Like, I'm trying to think of,
What about Spawn? You think Spawn would be a bad rocker?
I don't know.
I think his cape would be really cool, doing cool stuff, and people would be like, "Whoa!"
I can't think of any like comic book characters that are musicians. Like I know Steve Rogers is an artist, but like I don't know.
Well,
I never really thought about it.
America Chavez plays guitar.
That's cool.
What about John Constantine? I think he has that dark, brooding, interesting frontman feel to him.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, here we go. Someone said Dazzler would be a lead in my band. Not a bad one. Look at that. Best band ever. Kenny, you see that? Freaky Louie agrees with you. He go see that show.
Thanks, man.
Johnny Blaze for drummer. Every time he goes for a solo, his skull light's on fire. Yes.
That'd be awesome. That'd be cooler than Ace Frehley. It's like back in the day, Ace Frehley used to do all this awesome stuff with his guitar, like shoot like fireworks out of it. He used to put like smoke bombs in his tone pots, and so like it would short circuit out all the electronics.
Oh,
It's like, dude, you need to hire a professional.
Yo, that's cool though. I like that. Adding to the show. Oh, here and now I find it. You son of a bee sting. Oh, I forgot I was live for a second. Huh? No. Oh, look who came. Phil, thank you so much for stopping by, brother. Awesome guy. Oh, Chris, this reminds me. I'm glad Phil came in. He sent me these all blank comic books. Like they're a whole book of just blank papers. Do you have any of these? I'm gonna send you some, bro.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he just sent me a whole stack, and I used it for the first time, and that's what I did the Moon Knight on. But that just reminded me, so I got to send you a couple of those so you can. They're pretty dope. So,
geez, I'm still thinking about that question.
Gotcha.
You're gonna wake up in a cold sweat tonight, like
Casey,
and then I'm gonna get a message.
Casey Jones.
Beautiful answer, bro. Oh, I didn't
Casey
think
Jones.
Casey Jones.
I could see him fronting like a Twisted Sister or something like that.
Nice.
Now I'm thinking of the Grateful Dead.
Oh.
Cool, bro. Yeah, I think I think Lobo was probably my favorite answer for that one. But I mean, again, it could be what anyone thinks. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I thought actually Ghost Rider would be dope too, though. If you think about it, like all of a sudden he starts rocking out, and then all of a sudden the head just goes, and then his head just goes, yo. I mean, that would be just rad. But I was thinking of is, did you see like the DC metal? Well, I know you probably haven't collected those, but a lot of them they did like rock and roll variants of like Batman jamming out on guitar and.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you didn't see those?
No.
Oh, you should check some of those out, man. Some of them are pretty cool. Yeah.
I will put it on the list.
I've got one.
Oh, here we go.
This character would be a perfect fit for like a Norwegian rock band or like Viking rock. Thunderstrike.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
I could see him with his cut-off vest and, just grabbing a microphone. Yeah, I don't know. I'm being stupid now.
No.
Hey, there's no such thing as a bad idea, right?
True.
I don't know. My wife would probably say differently because I've had plenty of those.
All right. You got another one, Chris, or you want me to answer another question? I still got a couple more here.
Now, this is a question that I ask a lot of my friends because we love to talk music. If you were able to put together one concert, a concert for all ages of any band that's ever existed, one night only, 3 bands on the lineup, what 3 bands would you put in the lineup?
Okay, let's see. All right, that would be my headliner. Let's go. Let's start with the opening band. Red Hot Chili Peppers first.
Oh, cool.
I should have mentioned John Frusciante. It's like my top favorite guitar players. Like, I love John Frusciante. Love the Chili Peppers. Ever since Mother's Milk. Like, even the older stuff, like my son Johnny, he loves Johnny Kick a Hole in the Sky. It's funny.
Yes.
So them, and then after that, like, so I love the Seattle grunge era, and out of that though, Alice in Chains was my band. Like Jerry Cantrell. God, I'm starting to remember all these people. Like the juices were not flowing when you asked me that earlier. So yeah, out of the sound, like the Seattle sound, Alice in Chains was always my favorite because like they were grungy, but they had this like heavy metal vibe to them, like a little bit like Soundgarden was all about awesome time signatures, but I just love that eerie sound and harmony between Lane Staley and Jerry Cantrell. So Chili Peppers, and then Alice in Chains, and then one of my favorite bands is Faith No More. Like I love Faith No More like so much, and I got to see them a couple of years ago in Maryland, and they put on an amazing show. So
Awesome.
yes. So Nick, when I first started my YouTube channel, we're in the throes of COVID, and I'd say like probably the first 5 videos I have COVID hair, and I had a big beard. I shaved it off in like April, but I was like one hoodie away from Unabomber. Like, because I have gotten my hair cut religiously every 2 to 3 weeks since I was in the military. And we're talking like 15 years my hair has been short like this. Until COVID hit, my wife gave me a mohawk for the first 6 months. And then I got tired of that. And then like 6 months, I just like, screw it. The world's going to end. I'm never going to go back to a barbershop. I'm just going to let my hair grow. So it got pretty long, and so did my beard. But I usually grow like a seasonal beard, and once like September, October comes around, I will grow my beard back out. So
nice. Yeah, can't wait.
It's never been as long as Roscoe's, and Chris, it's been about as long as Chris's.
Oh, mine's been like down to here before. It's too hot during the summer to keep it that long.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, Virginia's nuts. The British Army got tropical pay to be here during the War of 1812. So it's hot. It gets really hot in Virginia.
It gets hot here in Florida, too.
Yeah. But depending on where you're at, you will get a breeze from time to time. It's just a damn swamp here in Virginia. I mean, D.C. was built on a swamp.
It's bad everywhere right now.
Yeah, right. Let's see here. Here we go. Jimi Hendrix, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Nirvana, Sublime, Cypress Hill. Oh, I like the
love
combo
Allie
there.
Noel from Sublime. Great artist. Actually, the last Friday Fun I posted was the solo for Santa Ria.
Love that song.
Oh, wait, go get banned, right? What's the faith? No more warm up for. Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
All right, let's see here.
Do you have an answer for that, Roscoe?
Yeah, his answer is Dave Matthews, and Dave Matthews.
I love Dave Matthews. I'm a big Dave Matthews. But I also like hip hop. And you know who I'm really liking? I know I may get slack for it, but I like Post Malone, man. I don't know. I like Post Malone a lot. All right, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I like Post Malone a lot, man. He brings something different to the table. I don't think it's like your typical. I think it's like it's not hip hop, it's not rock, it's something different. And I like him as a person too. I mean, I could do with a lot, without a lot of the facial tattoos and stuff, but he knows how to play instruments like
he's a good guitar player.
Yeah. So I mean, I like him. And someone else I absolutely love. I mean, I love some old stuff, but there's a James Taylor song that'll always stick with me my entire life. So I'm going to say James Taylor. So
if you ever get a chance, you need to look it up on YouTube. Post Malone did a live concert on YouTube with Travis Barker, and they covered "Smells Like Teen Spirit" by Nirvana, and it is freaking awesome.
I believe it.
So I'm going to throw a curveball. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Chris.
I'm going to throw a curveball for my 3. My 3 would be John Mayer, and I'm going to explain after I tell you why. John Mayer, B.B. King, and then my 3rd would be Prince. And I would like to see those 3 do a live show together, and then at the end, all 3 of them come out and just do a guitar-only jam session.
That's dope.
Yeah, I saw some show. I'm trying to remember, but there was Tom Petty and Prince was there and a lot of other great musicians like that. And Prince would not stop soloing. Like, he would just not stop. And Tom Petty is like visibly like getting pissed. And at the end, after Prince stops, he just takes his hat, throws it into the crowd, and walks off stage. Like, it was such a ballsy move. Like, he showed up. He's like, I'm the best guitar player out of all y'all. And he dipped out. But I can't remember. It was like a show in honor of someone. And I can't remember who it was for. But yeah, John Mayer is a very talented musician. I don't particularly care for his genre of music. But like, he went to Juilliard. I mean, he's an amazing guitar player. You just don't really
I'll say it, John Mayer is a douchebag. but that's the great thing about him. He will tell you, I'm a douchebag.
You know who else I like? I also like Tenacious D. I may not agree with
I had tickets to see them. I was supposed to see them October of 20. It was going to be me and my wife's 10-year anniversary present. We paid $400 for tickets because, like, I've been a fan of Jack Black since like Tenacious D came out in HBO in the mid '90s, and so, man, I was selling. Everything got ruined, you know. So they refunded our money, and I don't think they'll ever come back because that was crazy.
This Love
Queen. That's a cool one too, man.
You get the best of like different generations of music. I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely love Tenacious D, man. I mean, I love Jack Black's just his, I'm gonna say scatting, like, because he kind of scats like, you know, whatever he does. Yeah, I love that stuff. You know what I mean, like that, and you know, with Kyle's guitaring. I mean, he's another Juilliard mastermind.
Yeah,
I mean,
Kyle
his
Gass
stuff.
can play.
Yeah, and another person, you know, that people have not mentioned, which is crazy, is Santana, bro. I love Santana. You don't like Santana? Really?
Like Black Magic Woman, Evil Ways. I don't even like Oye Como Va, but Evil Ways and Black Magic Woman, those are great songs. I don't like his 90s stuff like Rob Thomas. He's good, but there's better guitar players out there.
All right, I'm surprised. Yeah,
but he's good. I mean, he is a good guitar player. He's just not my kind of musician. I think the thing that bothers me about Santana is his band. He's got this congo player. It doesn't matter what song it is. Like a bongo, everyone is like he's gonna be playing, and all of a sudden the bongos just goes, and that's a great one right there. I love all of those. Like, okay.
So funny story. I'm gonna do this. I'm tooting my horn, but I feel like I have to. Every time I see that person's name, I've got to toot my horn. I'm actually related to Johnny Cash. So
really,
my grandmother is Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash's wife, Jean Cash. They were first cousins. So every time I see his name come up, I'm like, yes, somebody likes him. But
But I have two Johnny Cash shirts.
Nice.
But every time I hear his name or see his name, I get into like long conversations about him. You know, if it were not for people like him and God, there's so many people. What was the guy's name? I'm drawing a blank, but he was the one that played. He was the one that played the prom at in Back to the Future.
Chuck Berry?
Chuck Berry, yes. If it weren't for people like Chuck Berry, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams Sr., we wouldn't have the music we have today. I mean, they were pathfinders and trailblazers. Yeah. So, you know, I have a deep appreciation for music, the music they put out. But, you know, Johnny Cash was a storyteller. And he paved the way for people like Bob Dylan and Tom Petty, and you know, even current story, like people that tell stories with their songs. And I love that about him because he wasn't the best singer in the world. That's obvious, but dude could play.
I love his voice. I love Johnny Cash's voice. It's so deep. It's like a great baritone.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I have Folsom Prison Blues on vinyl, and so I grew up with Johnny Cash. Like, my grandfather loved him, and it was like I remember seeing his like 8 tracks of Johnny Cash, you know, and like my grandfather had Hank Williams stories because Hank Williams is from a small town in Alabama, and he used to drive all over the area where I'm from. And so, like, he would just show up to a bar. He'd have a Cadillac. He'd open the trunk. It'd be full of beer, and he'd go in and he'd just sit and play. And I mean, this was like before like big circuits where like musicians toured all over the country and stuff. So it's just like those are like musicians I grew up like, and it's not uncommon to see Hank Jr. like in the area that I'm from. He has a big place. He comes down there to go deer hunting all the time. So like it's just that's part of the core DNA of being a Southerner is just such great music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I'd give you an update on my picture. I'm at a point where if I start something else, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it. So I'm at a pretty good stopping point.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty much done myself here, and I know probably Chris is done.
I've been done for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I believe that. So
shady.
I just have one more thing before we go on here, Kenny. I like to do a little thing called this or that, where I just ask this or that, and then you just give me whatever. So I've been trying to do this. So here we go. Would you rather be a henchman of Two-Face or for Two-Face or for Kingpin?
Two-Face.
Twizzlers or Red Vines?
Do I have to choose Twizzler?
No. Okay. If you had to keep one, because I know you have both of these, would you keep your Hulk 181 or your Giant Size X-Men one?
Giant Size X-Men. Giant Size X-Men #1.
Okay.
I love Nightcrawler.
Okay, cool. And then last one, snow or sand?
Snow.
Okay, cool. It's just my little this. Yeah, that was probably the easiest this or that I've ever had done so far. People get kind of mad at me. Like, they'll be like, huh? You're having me choose now?
I can't believe you asked Twizzlers or Red Vines. The answer is always Twizzlers. Red Vines they're imposters.
Hey, I like Twizzlers, but there's some people that are going to be really mad and be like, Red Vines, and I'm going to lose all these people now. No. Oh, this one's pretty cool. This one said, someone said Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, and Wu-Tang Clan.
That's awesome. Yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis was definitely a trailblazer.
Oh, here's a good one.
Love Willie Nelson.
Oh, I like the Doors.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, Elvis 70s. Okay. The Fugees. Nice. All right. So I'm done. I don't think I have any other I mean, I do have other questions, but if I kept going, it would be, let me just ask one more because it's music related. And I liked asking this question. I asked it last time. So if you had a movie for your life, what song would play on the trailer?
I'm gonna just for fun. I don't know why this popped in my head, but we've been talking about Jack Black. I'm gonna go Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine. Like I have no idea why in God's name that pops in my head, but
yes.
It just for some reason it just popped right in my head. So I'm gonna go with my gut and pick Katrina and the Waves.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Excellent. All right. All right, so that's it for me. I'm done drawing. I'm very happy with what I did. I'm so pumped for everyone to see. I'm tooting my own horn like Chris does. But as soon as Chris shows his, then of course I'm just, oh, here we go.
Did. I don't normally. I did tonight.
Okay, so Kenny, what our tradition here on the show is that you get to choose who shows their artwork first. Oh, wait, Chris, did you get any at-homes, bro?
I did not.
Let me check if I did, because I heard some people were doing them, and I got one. I got one from you-know-who.
Layla Shay.
Oh, yeah. Now playing. Oh, this is cool. You ready for this? It says, now playing, and it's Roscoe and Cardboard Crazies, and it's a little...
That's awesome.
I love it. And then I thought Fable said he was drawing from at home. And but let me see. Let me just make sure. Yeah, no, I did not. I was not going to. I guess that's it. Yeah. And let me just check my other. I'm so popular. I got so many. Oh, yes, I did get one. See on my art page too. And it's from Nick the Comic Nerd. It says, "My 10-minute drawing since I missed the beginning of the episode." No worries, bro. Check this out. I want to rock. It's
That's
SpongeBob
awesome. Yeah,
and
Sandy and SpongeBob.
I
Nice.
want to rock. I love it, Nick. Thank you so much, brother. Truly appreciate everyone. I just want to make sure no one else. Nope, we're good. I think we're good. So yeah, Kenny, who would you like to see first? Or if you want to, you can show yours first. It's entirely up to you, brother.
Oh, you know what? I don't want to be shamed, so I feel like maybe it's best to go. Let's do like. Well, I was gonna say left to right, but now I can't do that now. But let's start with you, Roscoe, and then Chris,
All right.
and then I'll go last.
All right, sounds good, brother. We'll go with. All right. So it's really funny that you said that Hendrix was one of your main guys, and it's funny that you're wearing a Jimi Hendrix shirt because when I did the layout for it, I was in my mind was doing Jimi Hendrix, but the only thing is I kind of kept it. So I did Hendrix for hire, and I made him Jimi Hendrix into the.
That's
Luke
amazing.
Cage.
It's like Luke Cage and Jimi Hendrix. That's awesome.
Yep. So I did the Hendrix for hire with the guitar on fire.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I approve this message.
All right, who you got next? Can you want to show Mr. Cardboard?
Yeah. Let's see Chris's.
Okay, so I'm used to doing stuff a little more realistically. Tonight I went a little more cartoony, and I'm paying tribute to one of my biggest influences, one of the greatest frontmen to ever be in a band, Mr. Freddie Mercury.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Woo, that is awesome, bro.
Yeah, and you know when people talk about life not being fair, I'm like, look, Magic Johnson's alive and Freddie Mercury's not. I mean, I mean that like it's not fair that Freddie Mercury died. Like he couldn't make it through. He couldn't get help, you know, like Magic Johnson was able to get. And I love Queen. Brian May is such a phenomenal guitar player. They're all a bunch of talented musicians, and that looked really awesome, dude.
But
Yeah,
don't
I love that, bro.
don't ever try to change, because Brian May will come down on you with a lawsuit like the wrath of God.
All right, Kenny, let's see what you got, brother. Let's see what
All
you
right,
got, man.
so I'm not nearly as good as y'all. Like I'm standing underneath the legs of the Colossus of Rhodes, and so here is my picture. I'm kidding. I went Hendrix too, and it was a tie between Hendrix and Kurt Cobain, and so I went Hendrix too.
Look at that,
Fire.
bro. That's awesome, man. That is so cool, brother.
Thanks, man. I'm not
I
good
love
with
it.
faces, so it looks like he had a lemon just before the show. So he's like, you know, and
He's just playing that one chord that's making him go, ooh, you know.
and
That's dope,
his
brother.
fingers are a little gnarly, so it's
What? I think
Yeah.
that's great, bro. That's awesome, man. Super cool. Look, you got
It's
people going, look at this. Damn, boy.
they're talking about my stick figure. That's what that's all
that's
about.
what it. Oh, okay, yeah. I think they want us to see that. That's what they want. But yeah,
So-
everyone's loving it.
So Hendrix played a right-handed guitar, strung left-handed,
Yeah.
which is that's the way I learned how to play guitar.
He didn't
right
play
hand.
the strings upside down though.
No.
Not like Albert King.
No, but I actually learned because my dad plays guitar and he plays right-handed, and I could not learn from him because I play with my left hand. And so I went on YouTube and looked up how to do chords, and I reversed it, and that's how I taught myself how to play guitar.
Son of a gun. That's something else.
Yeah. Oof.
My dad was like, "You may work 100 times harder on yourself, son."
That was an awesome show, Kenny. Thank you so much again. We appreciate you. Please let the people know what you got going on. If you got anything
Sure.
going on.
Well, so it's Monday. Yeah, you know, so on my show, like I do giveaways. I'll have another giveaway coming up in August, and these giveaways, I have a tendency to focus on other channels that I feel like need attention, and it's generally a channel that has under 100 subscribers because I want to get their information out there, right? And there are so many great channels out there that just need a nudge, right? A little direction, and that sometimes will help get them to 125, 150. And so I have one of those coming up soon. I am about 20 subscribers away from 400 subscribers, and I will be doing a giveaway for that. That'll be similar to find another channel under 100 subs, help them. And then, so most Fridays, I do Friday fun. I forgot this week. I ran out. It's just my life is crazy right now. And so I've got to do some more of those. I don't really know when I'm going to get to do another Friday fun. But one thing that's for certain is every Saturday at 6:30, I will always have a new video there. And right now I'm in 2 episodes deep of a 3-part series, and it's things that you don't know about the Avengers. Episode 1 was about the first Avengers that were in like phase 1, your standard 6 core characters. Episode 2 is about the Guardians of the Galaxy. Episode 3 will be about the later ones. And it's one I'm really excited to get to discuss with people because like I talk a lot about Spider-Man and like it's generally accepted that he was created by Ditko and Stan Lee, but there are a whole lot of other people that say that they have credit on that. So be sure to check that out. And I will be in the live chat just waiting to talk to you. Naturally, that's all on Caps on Comics, and I'll see you in the next video.
Awesome, brother. Thank you again so much, Kenny. Truly appreciate you, brother. And that show that Jimi Hendrix one more time, bro. That was dope, bro. No, the other one. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just messing. No, that was dope, brother. Appreciate you again. Thanks, a great time. And then I'm going to highlight my boy here, Chris. Chris, I want you, if you can let the people know what's going on this weekend, brother.
Absolutely. So Friday and Saturday this week, we have C3 Comics Curing Cancer. It is a 24-hour live stream. We are going to have lots and lots of things going on, but it's a fundraiser to raise money for the American Cancer Society. I do have a GoFundMe page. If you're interested in that, you can message me on Instagram at Cardboard Crazies Comics. If not, and you want to just come by the live, we're going to have great prizes to give away. We're going to have great things for you to win via auction, and all the money goes straight to the American Cancer Society for aid in cancer research and treatment of cancer patients. Word around the water cooler is we're going to have John Jang on, and he is going to be doing something during that. Not going to say what, but I'm so super excited about that. But I mean, even if that didn't happen, we've got Austin LeMay, we've got Roscoe, we've got so many great people. Fable's going to be on. We've got Freaky Louie that's going to be on. It's going to be a packed time. And I think even if you don't or aren't able, just come by to support, and you're going to get to see some fun stuff on the C3. But that is this Friday on my channel, starting at 10 o'clock, right after In the Mix with DJ Links, and it will be lasting until Saturday night at 10 p.m. It's going to be a long 24 hours, but I'm ready to do some damage to this awful disease that's doing damage to so many people that we know or love. So please come out and support. Let's show strength in the comic community, and let's do some damage to this disease.
Absolutely. And look at this. Here we go. Fuzzy, this was my first time watching, and I'll definitely be back. I loved every second. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, bro. And truly appreciate your kind words here. Thank you so much. Your support on Instagram has been great. Thank you so much, Macedon. I didn't even know you were in the chat. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you coming by. This was awesome. This was great.
Hey, Fuzzy, you go back and check out some of the older videos, man. Roscoe's got some great people on this show, so make sure you check out the older ones.
Yo, yeah, definitely. Check mine. And then, Fuzzy, also, please sub up to Cardboard Crazies as well as Kenny. but Cardboard Crazies, we alternate shows. So this week it's on my channel. Next week it'll be on his. So you'll see we've had some excellent people, and I think you know some of them. So yeah, this was great. And Dan, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming by. This was amazing. This was so great. I had such a good time. Kenny, thank you so much again. Truly appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, no, thank you, brother. We truly appreciate it. It was a great time, man. I always love this. I love this show. This is so great. You can catch me and Chris. We're the Doodle Dudes every Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, either on my channel or my boy Chris's, Cardboard Crazies. And again, please, if you can come by, I guarantee you will not be, you will not be unhappy with what's going on. The 24-hour show is just going to be a good, fun time, especially with all the artwork. I mean, it's going to be awesome. I'm just so excited for it. And I'm going to have the most coffee that I've ever had in my entire life, I think. So, but yeah, thank you so much again, chat. You've been amazing. Awesome. Look at this. Subbed you all up. Thank you so much,
Thanks, man.
And then Fable, thank you so much. Station brother. Again, awesome. Kenny, thanks again. Chris, you're the best. Appreciate you. If everybody wants to show up their artwork one more time, this is great. I had such a fun time.
I put mine up.
Oh, he already put his up on the wall.
Let me stir this to your fire.
Yes. Love it. Everyone, thank you so much. You've been amazing. Truly appreciate you. Y'all have a great night.